A new law just went into effect that could get you pulled over, fined, or even arrested. And according to recent surveys, more than 60% of drivers have no idea it even exists. If you're driving the same way you were last year, you might already be breaking the law without knowing it. These changes didn't come with big headlines or breaking news alerts. They rolled out quietly and police are already enforcing them. So, before you brush this off, listen carefully because here's what just happened. Before we get into it, do me one quick favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. Why? Because nearly 90% of drivers miss updates like these and end up learning about them the hard way, through tickets, points, or higher insurance rates. The laws I'm about to explain could save you hundreds of dollars in serious legal trouble. Subscribe now so you don't miss future updates that could directly affect your license. As we entered 2026, multiple driving laws changed across the country. Some are federal, meaning they apply nationwide. Others are state level, but have already been adopted in many places. The problem is enforcement started immediately. No grace period, no warnings. If you're driving like it's still 2025, you could be in for a surprise at your next traffic stop. Let's break this down clearly so you know exactly what's changed and what you need to do. First, the new federal distracted driving rule. This is one of the biggest changes. As of January 2026, there is now a nationwide standard on handheld device use. If a police officer sees you holding your phone while your vehicle is in motion, that's an automatic violation. It doesn't matter if you're stopped at a red light. It doesn't matter if traffic is crawling, if the car is on and you're in the driver's seat. With a phone in your hand, you're breaking the law. The first fine starts around $250 and repeat offenses double. On top of that, points can be added to your license, which almost always leads to higher insurance premiums. Hands-free use is still allowed, but the phone must be mounted or connected to your vehicle system. Holding it on speaker near your face still counts as illegal use. Next is the updated highway lane usage rule that's now active in over 20 states. On highways with 3 or more lanes, the far right lane is now reserved for merging and exiting traffic during peak hours. If you're not exiting within roughly the next 2 miles, you're required to move out of that lane. Many drivers assume this applies all day, but in most states it only applies during morning and evening rush hours. Outside of those times, normal lane use applies. Violations can cost between $150 and $300, and yes, police are actively enforcing this. Another major change involves speed cameras. Several states now require advance warning before drivers enter a speed camera zone. The signage must be clearly visible, usually at least 500 feet before the camera. If you receive a speed camera ticket and there was no warning sign, that ticket may be invalid. Drivers are successfully contesting these citations by documenting missing or blocked signage. This law was designed to focus on safety, not revenue, and courts are taking it seriously. Quick check. If you're not subscribed yet, this next rule is the one catching most drivers off guard. The emergency vehicle yielding law has changed in a way most people don't realize. You've always been required to pull over for emergency vehicles, but now there's a strict procedure. When an emergency vehicle approaches from behind with lights and sirens, you must move to the right and come to a complete stop. Not slow down. Stop completely. And here's the critical part. You must remain stopped until the emergency vehicle is at least 200 feet ahead of you. Most drivers start moving again immediately after it passes. That's now illegal. Violations can result in fines around $500 and mandatory traffic school. This rule was updated after multiple crashes caused by drivers moving too soon. Electric vehicle drivers also need to pay attention. In many cities, it is now illegal to park in an EV charging spot unless you are actively charging. Even if your car is plugged in, once it reaches 100% charge, you usually have a short grace period, often 10 to 15 minutes, to move your vehicle. After that, fines start around $100 and can go higher. Some charging stations now communicate directly with parking enforcement, and others rely on driver reports through apps. School zone laws have also been expanded. In many states, enforcement hours now extend beyond traditional school times. School zones may be active as early as 6 a.m. and as late as 6 p.m. due to before and after school programs. Fines for speeding in a school zone have doubled in many areas. often starting at $500 plus points on your license. In some states, going more than 15 miles per hour over the limit can lead to criminal charges. Quick legal note. This is educational information, not legal advice. Laws vary by state, so always check with your local DMV or an attorney if you're unsure. Another change involves dash cams and recording traffic stops. Several states now explicitly allow drivers to record police interactions from inside their vehicle. However, posting that footage online without blurring faces or license plates can expose you to civil lawsuits. Dash cams are excellent for court protection, but sharing footage publicly comes with new legal risks. Cannabis DUI laws have also tightened. Some states now enforce specific THC limits in blood tests, similar to alcohol limits. This means you could test above the legal threshold even if you don't appear impaired, especially if you're a regular user. THC can stay in your system for days. Challenging these charges is possible but difficult. The safest option is not driving for at least 24 hours after use. Teen driver laws have changed as well. In several states, drivers under 18 now face nighttime driving curfews even with a full license. Driving between late-night hours without a valid reason can result in fines charged to parents. Passenger restrictions have also tightened due to accident data showing increased risk at night with multiple passengers. Finally, autonomous vehicle laws are now clearer. If you're involved in an accident with a self-driving car, liability may fall on the manufacturer, but only if the vehicle was in full autonomous mode. If the human driver had control or ignored system warnings, responsibility can shift back to them. If this ever happens to you, documentation is critical. Police reports and vehicle data logs can make or break a claim. Here's what you need to remember. 10 major driving laws changed in 2026, and most drivers don't know about them. These are not suggestions. They're being enforced right now. That emergency vehicle rule is the one causing the most tickets, so remember. Stop completely and wait until they're at least 200 feet ahead before moving. I researched this so you don't have to. If this helped you, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Laws are changing fast, and ignorance won't protect you on the road. In the next video, I'll explain exactly what to say and what not to say when you're pulled over. You don't want to miss that.